What it is, YouTube? It's your girl Potty Mouth Goddess PMG. What it is, Potty Mouth Squad PMS. How y'all doing today? I want you to know, if you don't already know, you are beautiful, kind, smart, fine shit. Okay, you fine. Shh. And anybody who comes in contact with you, they need to ask themselves,
how lucky can one guy be?
alright, look, no, for real. We ain't gonna do too much talking. I see there's a video by Bash, but I see everybody been dropping videos. Okay, Joe knows, Swanty, Uncle Demi, everybody dropping videos left and right. But I see this one by Bash Plug. It says this changes everything, and I see on his thumbnail it's like the 2K build tester, and then it's like a picture of like badges where you gotta upgrade them, and it looks like it's VC amounts to upgrade them from bronze to like legend. It looks like. Okay, well, let's get to the video.
You guys know how before the builder information dropped yesterday, we had 2 or 3 videos where I was like, yeah, we got a little bit of news. I can't lie to you. Some of it is important. Today, we have a lot of very important news. So stick around. And of course, just like usual,
Okay.
I'm not here to waste y'all's time. So drop a like, hit that subscribe button if you're new. Make sure that like button is blue, seriously, and let's get right into the news. So Wolf, a 2K employee, went to Twitter and said some more information on build specialization. Quest completion can transfer between saves. Example, on save 1, you select rebounding and complete 5 quests on that save. You create another save and select rebounding as your path again. You will start at quest 6 and be able to use the previous 5 quest rewards. These quests are
What?
designed
Hold
to
on,
be a
hold on, hold
grind.
on, hold on, hold on. No, for real. I'm acting a little slow right now. I gotta reread this. Quest completion can transfer between saves. Example, on save 1, you select rebounding and complete 5 quests on that save, on quest 1, right? So you create another save, you select rebounding again. You will start at quest 6. Okay, and you could use the previous 5 already and just add it on over. Okay. I got it. I got it. Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Allow you to work on improving your My Player over time. There are some really cool and impactful rewards.
This way you ain't got to
it
keep
worth it.
doing
You can earn progress
yeah.
both offline and online in My Career towards the quest, so play how you want. First of all, I
See
gotta
what I'm saying? See, y'all ain't gotta spend the bread, all right? Cause you can even do it offline whenever you bored. Go ahead and grind offline.
say I really like actually how they let you do these
Some of y'all
offline
may not have the time, but
because a lot of these quests, like make 2,000 mid ranges, 2,000 3 pointers that we seen yesterday, would probably make a lot of people, especially in like random rec, just start throwing up shots and just trying to go for that quest, not caring about winning the game. And of course, there's still going to be people like that that don't want to do it in my career. But
and what I said, I
also
said
the
it
fact
already.
that these do transfer. So if you make a sharpshooter, a Steph Curry build, and you complete the entire, I think it was 9 quests, then you make another build into a sharpshooting build specialization, it'll all be done right there for you.
All right.
Also, we did see some
So
partner type
basically,
things
what
you
he's
can
saying
unlock.
is, all right, only at the beginning of 2K. Once everybody get it, give it about the first month, maybe even 2, and then Christmas. You know, Christmas, that's when some of the other little kids who parents couldn't afford to get it for them in the summertime, whatever the case may be, they get it during Christmas, okay? When the game done
Stuff in
drop
there.
prices and
I think
everything.
there's a lot of good rewards inside of it.
That's the only time
So
you're gonna
I
have
really
to worry
have no
about probably
complaints
seeing
on the
people
build
really throwing them
specialization. I
shots
think
up
it's
like
a
that.
good little thing that they've added so far. Can you have more than one build specialization on a player, or it's only one on each save, and it is only one per save? So you guys have to choose carefully what you want to specialize in on your build. Now, Mike Wing, our gameplay.
Wait, like, what do that mean though? Like for the tier bet, like what? I'm so confused. Like, if I'm choosing only one thing I want to specialize in, like, what does it go towards though? Like, what, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. Let me just shut the fuck up.
Director for 2K26, man, he dropped a massive, I mean massive tweet last night, and we're gonna have to talk about this, okay? So let's just read it out first. Where a guy said, "Can we start making the height cap 6'6"? And he said, "I'm going to loosen the height restriction for the Jay Williams layup package and
Jason
several
Williams?
others to under 6'10". And we'll also do the same for mini dribble SIGs previously limited to small guards." Now, he's doing this because a lot of people
They
have
do
been
that all the
asking
time,
for
though.
this in the 2K community. However, me personally, I have not asked for it because I'm not saying I don't want it, but I've been on the fence about saying that I do want it because I don't know if 2K can implement this correctly. I think it's a higher chance that it does create like really overpowered tall builds and stuff like that. Again, I don't want to freak out because that's what people were doing earlier in the year as we were, Uncle Demi was talking about tall builds are going to be good. And by the way, as you guys see, Uncle Demi had to say, I called it with a laughing face. He was right.
Oh, he ain't fooling Uncle Demi, man.
Way before we got information that tall builds were going to
But
be
he was
really good
right.
into
But he acting like he
K26,
not an
okay?
insider though.
So
Like, you
just
an insider, my
hopefully,
nigga. You an informant, okay?
what I care about
You got order
is
T.
that 2K
You a bad
does
bitch.
this
Alright, you got
correctly.
order
We're
T.
talking
Order
about
gossip.
if tall builds can get the same exact moves that short builds get, it has to be like older 2Ks where you're going to move slower, of course, on the tall build. Like, you can still get the move, but it goes off your stats. You shouldn't be running around with Steve Francis as a 6'9" and flying around the court, right? It's not going to be balanced. So hopefully there's balance. Like I said,
Okay.
I didn't want to ask for it because I just don't want to be.
Now I see what he's saying. I don't know. The way 2KB, I don't think they could implement that right. What? So, like, they can get layups. Like, okay, if you kind of on the bigger end, 6'10" or something, you can get the layup of like a guard, but it's just going to make you move slower. But you can still get that type of layup. I mean, it makes sense because basically in realistic basketball, anybody could do any type of layup. Like, anybody could have hang time. Anybody could be real crafty with their layups.
The blame, of course, I'm still
Now,
gonna
we
get
know
the
most
blame
of the
by
time it ain't
people
going to be a
who
big
don't
man. So
actually
that's why
watch
he's
videos
keeping it
and
under
pay attention.
6'10". Like,
They
let's
just
be
think that
realistic.
every creator has
Ain't no
the
big
same
man
opinion.
getting real up and
But
under
we'll
Kyrie
see. I
layups.
do
Like,
the sound of it. It's just I'm kind of scared of how it's going to be implemented by 2K. Okay. So anyway, can any attribute be boosted with custom takeover? You can boost any non-physical attribute via custom takeover, regardless of your current rating for that attribute. Still don't know when you unlock it. They said
The
it is
custom
the
takeover.
final reward in the takeover section, so I believe it's probably gonna be like Veteran 2, Veteran 3 this year, somewhere pretty deep into the grind. I don't think Legend or anything, but of course, we still gotta find out. Alright, so are you limited to one custom takeover? Once you have unlocked custom takeover, you will receive 4 custom takeovers to edit, and you can edit each one as you please between games. I really like that right there.
I do too.
Because 2K, this is the first year with the custom takeover. And it seems like that's something they would wait to add into the next game, to expand upon it and be like, hey, look, we are adding a feature here, and they've already went ahead and did that, so I do like that. Now, guys, we seen the builder yesterday. Well, we kind of seen the builder, right? We got some information on it. We seen a few builds. We seen the badges, stuff like that, but we haven't seen people actually create a bunch of builds yet. However, Zach2K, he compared a 2K26 build that we seen yesterday to a 2K25 build, and it's pretty interesting. Okay.
What was it? Exactly the same?
Roll that, and I will be right back.
I'm comparing the NBA 2K25 builder to the NBA 2K26 builder. They didn't show any other pure 99 overall screenshots, so I just took Melo here. He's a cover athlete. We weren't able to copy it exactly to a T, but it's basically looking like the same builder with a couple tweaks to like extra stuff they're gonna give us. But It looks like 6'8", 246.
I said that though. That's why I said I'm already show y'all my predicted builds. If the builder is looking the same,
Copy this build to an exact T. Was the post control cannot get to a 90. Every other stat right here is the exact same. Just to max this build out. I'm just gonna throw this on.
and he's still got a little left. Oh, one.
Literally one XP point difference from 25 builder and 26 builder. I don't know how we feel about this. This is kind of eh. Let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments.
All right, so as you're making a build on 2K26, it should look very similar visually to 2K25. But don't lab a build right.
See, now that person comment from my last. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I'll put it up for those of y'all who didn't watch my last vid. Hold on. Swift, he said, I feel like they set us up with 2K25 just so 2K26 can go crazy. We shall see though. I'm so frustrated with 2K25. My guard is still up. All right. A lot of people feel that way. Like 25 was just that. It was just a lazy development. See where things go. But 26 is gonna be the actual what 25 was really supposed to be.
Now on 2K25 and then go into 2K26 and make that, unless you keep in mind a huge fact that we have 3 max plus 2s now. Okay. Also, in this little build video they dropped yesterday, you can see some of the animation requirements. Anyway.
Because if they're not focusing on the builder, that kind of lets you know that they just wanted to tweak things. Like it lets you know they didn't put their full potential in it. I could kind of already see that. Doesn't mean that the game is going to be bad. We don't know yet. Fucking ad.
Breakers are back. We have build specialization, which is going to change your build. You know, it's going to give you more max plus 2s and more. All that type of stuff.
Okay, so that's what that does. Okay, because I was confused, but it does.
Other ways that they can't tell us yet on how to get even more cat breakers and stuff. So your build might look the same, but
it won't be the same.
It and make it as good as.
Especially because it sounds like I feel like it's gonna be easier to get the cat breakers this year, whereas you got to hit a certain rep to hit it because. Either that's going to either just force people to rep, glitch, and cheat. You know, they go in the pro-am, they do their thing. Or it's just going to force people to be selfish in games and try to score the most points, do this, that, and the third. Either way. But it just forces people to, you know, play. Wait, what?
Badges this year. So like I said, I think that they did polish them more. They probably changed up which ones, the effectiveness of them and all that type of stuff. And then the gameplay. The gameplay is the actual deciding factor on your build. In 2K20, you could shoot just fine with a 65 3-pointer if you knew what you were doing. I
feel like that putting the badge shit finna be pointless though. Why they added that?
Not do that. If you were the best player in the world, you are not greening consistently with a 65 3-pointer because of the RNG in that game. You had to basically have a playmaking shot creator, and that's what ruined the gameplay style for that game. That's why so many people made it, because you had to, or you were just going to get a massive block of RNG. So just keep all that in mind, okay? It might look like you can just lab up your build right now, which you could probably get a nice little feel for it with the max plus 2s and stuff, but the gameplay is going to be a big deciding factor, okay? Anyway, can we complete the build specialization quest in single-player modes? Yes. They can be completed in single player.
Like, some of them just be asking dumb questions. Like, did you listen at all before you made a question?
That is from Mike Wang as well, for those of you that, I don't know, maybe.
All right. Let's see. Because if some of these questions is dumb, we not.
Attribute. For example, if you earn a shooting cat breaker via build specialization, you can apply that cat breaker only to 3-point, mid-range, free throw, speed, agility, strength, or vertical.
See, this is a good question.
So I don't think we got that news yesterday.
We did not.
Apply those to physicals. So that is pretty interesting. Another thing to keep in mind, if you're loading up 2K25 in the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and you're like, all right, I'm going to lab my build out, keep those things in mind, guys. Now, this one is insane. Honestly, this could be the best
plus
news
not
of the
like
video for a lot of people. Okay, so Zach Timmerman, he made that tweet a while ago and said, throw me some archetype names you'd like to see in 2K26. Responded yesterday and said, I think we've hit 4,200 unique archetype names, there was about 300.
Nah,
in
that's
2K25.
crazy. If we got
I'm very
4,200,
excited for that. I mean,
I better see my
every
elite
single
IQ
person.
elite
There's gonna be
IQ
so
superstar. If I don't,
many
if y'all
different
see that,
build names.
remember
Just changing one attribute is gonna
PM
change
dot
the name.
goddess, PMG, me, yeah, potty mouth goddess. I had that name first, okay? Stamped it here. Nobody else had elite IQ superstar. It was me. Mark it here. Thank you.
4,200 versus 300 is crazy. So I replied to that and I said, "This is awesome. How was such a big jump possible?" And he said, "As always, a time commitment. I use AI to help me with family health problems, but I do not use them to design 2K."
Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who
Now, for the
said
people
that
that
comment
are like,
above?
"Oh, but pro play and AI." Yes, that is a completely different thing.
Yeah, like, what are people
Zach
talking
is
about?
not in charge of the gameplay, and so he's a builder guy. All right, so Ronnie 2K. Wow, we have news from Ronnie 2K. That is a rare thing. Hopefully he keeps dropping more little stuff like this. That would be nice. Anyway, he dropped some build names, as you guys see: Cash Out, Flamethrower, Fluid 4, Launchpad. Like, I'm excited for that.
Launchpad, I'm assuming that's somebody with like break start and get a board, good at rebounding and passing. I feel like that's what that
I really
is.
love the builder. You guys know every year I make freaking 6'2 PG.
Or maybe it's with Duncan. They take off is really far back. I don't
Build.
know.
I had a windy build this year. I mean, I play almost every play style, 5 out, pick and roll. It does not matter. I'll run the offense through my inside center shack build in the rec with a team, and all that type of stuff. Just switching it up all throughout the year. So I'm excited to definitely see a lot of different names. We've seen way too many similar names this year, and the builds weren't even the same. So anyway, B1 went to Twitter and he said, "I did the math on this here Catbreaker image and found the results interesting. I wonder if the stat increases change with height. Like with this example at 26 3-point, you only get +1 per Catbreaker despite the low rating." Now, he did math on these Catbreakers yesterday, as you guys seen. If you have a 25 standing dunk, they showed for, I can't remember what height it was, but putting one Catbreaker on it would give you
Like plus
+15
15.
to your standing dunk, which this year would take you to a 40 standing dunk and actually give you a dunk package, which is pretty nice for one Catbreaker. Okay, but anyway, he went through from that screenshot and added them up, and I thought this was interesting to show you guys. Close shot, 5 Catbreakers from 84 will take you to it.
Okay, so +2. Okay, so this is the system that they shown what it's going to be. Okay, drive and dunk. If it's at a 25, you get +5 Catbreakers, and you'll go up to 76. You get 5 Catbreakers and go up to 76. So 51 points. That's a lot. Standing dunk, same thing, 51. Post control, you get 5 Catbreakers, it goes up to an 80. Mid range, 44, 5 Catbreakers go to a 54. That's just +2. 3-point shot, if it's at a 26 +5. Okay, so certain areas in general just get a higher percentage. Like shooting and stuff, because they know people are going to utilize that more, they give them less. Whereas as far as like standing dunk, people ain't going to use that too much. Drive and dunk, depending on, I think they're really thinking in terms of like a lot of guards here. Like we know a lot of the guards, they probably going to go with high layup and very high shooting. A lot of them. Because they be thinking they Steph Curry, I'm telling you. Okay, but let's look at the rest. Pass accuracy, 96 +3, 99, obviously. Ball handle, 94 +3, 97, obviously. Okay, so 95 and above, +1. 84 is +2. Well, no, I can't say that. Like I said, it depends on what they know people utilize most. That's what gets the least points on the Catbreakers. That is what it's looking like.
Driving.
More, okay. Interior, 54 +3, 73, okay. Perimeter, 92 +97. Block, 63, okay. Rebounding, could go to 66. Speed, 91. Get to a 96, that's +1. Agility. So you might get a +2 and the rest are +1. Okay.
It's D-board, 14 points with 2 cat breakers, speed, plus 5, 296. Agility, plus 5 takes you to an 89, which is kind of odd. Strength, 4 cat breakers takes you to a 74. Vert, 5 is going to take you from a 61 to an 80. So, a lot to keep in mind, guys. That's why I played you that video from Zach2K.
And you gotta think how many cat breakers, you know, are you willing to grind for? Cause me personally, the minimum, if I'm gonna go and grind 2K this year, the minimum I'm gonna grind is 10 cat breakers. I gotta get at least 10. You know, plus 5, they ain't gonna really be shit, cause everybody else gonna be sweating their ass off. They gonna have plus 5 within the first month. So at least plus 10 minimum, I feel like, to keep up.
Looks visually
as a sweat myself.
But be very careful. Okay, and really keep in mind the plus 2s and all that type of stuff. So some people
I ain't a
sweat,
but I'm tight
jump shot
sweating.
landing they showed yesterday in the build specialization awards is a jump shot landing, no look, like the Nick Young no look, but it's a landing. So there should be a decent amount of basically, you shoot it, it gives you the instant feedback animation. Although Mike Lang explained it so weird, I don't know. Anyway, this guy.
I thought that meant like hitting a certain amount of shots. And look, Shane Coffin said he got his build locked in and ready. But I thought if you hit a certain amount of shots, then you unlock whatever jump shot emote that you want. I thought that's what that meant. Because I would say that's dumb. Like, when do we ever do that for the jump shot emotes? Really, like, why is they doing that? But yeah, Shane Coffin, I got my build locked in and ready. Look, I'm locked and loaded too, a little bit. All right, I'm about to drop this next video for y'all. Okay, we working today. I'm gonna show y'all some of these builds that I have in mind. Look. Don't be going and stealing my builds. Okay? Don't be going and stealing my builds. If you like my build, that's okay. Keep it to yourself. I will appreciate it if you're going to make my build tweak the shit up so it don't be exactly the same. Okay? I don't want to see everybody with my name. I got some shit like a damn ISO God. Now everybody got ISO God. What? But there is 4,200 archetypes. So everybody's going to have different names. I'm hoping. Everybody's gonna have different names, but like we still gonna see a lot of people with the same name. I'm sure. Like you are. Like it's a million people who play 2K amongst 4,200 archetypes. Split that, you still probably gonna have about a million something. All right, but no, for real, y'all let me know what y'all thought about this video. I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. We got a lot of good information about the specialization, these cat breakers, and the tier badges. PMG, I'm out.